get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.
Man, I hate that I did the countdown thing, because then I'm like, I didn't mean to cut you off. We could keep vibing, but how goes it, everybody? Not another Bitcoin podcast. I'm the host, Ken Bozak, but you already know that. Today's guest is Crypto Chuck. How goes it, bro?
What's going on, man? How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. It's been a long trip since I seen you last. I had to go to Slovenia for a Bitcoin Cash conference. I think we saw each other, Bitcoin conference in Vegas, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I had to go to Consensus in Miami after that. Then I had to hop on a plane and go to Eastern Europe after that. And I've only been home about a week now, and I finally feel like I just sobered up from like the 3 times jet lag.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna call you jet lag, man. Jet lag 10, man.
Yo, I swear, people are like, yo, you hire? I'm like, nah, dude, this is jet lag. I'm trying to find a dispensary though. Introduce yourself to the audience, man. Let them know, like, who you are, how you got into crypto, and what you're doing now with your space where you're at.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on the show. Yeah, man. I'm Crypto Chuck, co-founder of the group Crypto Black. I got into crypto. One of my buddies, man, he told me about Bitcoin like in the 2016. Like it was like right around like Christmas time. So Bitcoin like maybe like $1,000 at that time. And so I guess I'm part of that 2017 bull run when a lot of people got in. And I just put $100 in, man, on a credit card, and then I had like $200 left on my card, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just put $100 on it." And then like it just kept going up. I used to like doing with stocks, you know what I mean? So shit moved like 1-2%, 5-6% in a year. You're like, oh hell yeah, it's a good year, man. My shit moved like 10-20%. I was like, oh shit. So after that, I put another $100 in the last $100, like And it's moving right. I guess I got in the right time, and man, it's been we started. I waited on for like maybe 5-6 months. I don't want to tell nobody about it, and I just got in, man. I just start telling people like, listen, this is what I'm doing. This Bitcoin. We start really researching it. I'm one of those like, fuck the government type of people. You know what I mean? Like what I mean. I like control my own stuff, control my own destiny. So it's like, just seeing everything about Bitcoin, obviously reading a white paper. And I was like, man, I got to start telling more people about it. So my partner and I was like, listen, man, we're going to create a group and just talk to different people about it. And then, people have any questions about it, and we'll talk, and then create a community, basically, man. Different people, talking, discussing, and educating each other on Bitcoin and crypto. So yeah, man. So we did that. Started a YouTube channel and obviously different socials and got that blown up. And then just right now, man, I'm just running with Bit Angels right now in New York, one of the city leaders here in New York. And man, we just running away, man. Put founders and funders together, and obviously trading and doing everything we're doing, and got with different groups as well, trading and teach people how to, really utilize the market, understand the cycles better, so they won't get their skirt pulled on them, especially like right now. And yeah, man, just go from there.
You're up in New York, you said, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm right in Jersey, right in Jersey. So right across the river,
Yeah, I was gonna say New
right
York
across.
had it rough with crypto for a long time because of that bit license bullshit. That's actually what helped my meetup in Philly get a little bit of attention because we were meeting up at the
Mm-hmm.
30th Street train station in Philly, and people from New York were just riding trains into Philly just so they could trade a little bit of crypto inside the train station, and then they would take the train back to New York because it was illegal for them to do it
Mm-hmm.
in New York. It was just wild. And
Yep.
now to see like New York is getting more exposure to crypto, they're sort of like the young ones on the street. Like they had the most money, the most traditional financial knowledge when you look at like Wall Street and shit in New York, but they don't know much about crypto up there because of the bit license bullshit. So it's been
Mm-hmm.
pretty crazy watching that energy come in with the whole Michael Saylor crowd. What's
Yeah.
that vibe been for you? Have you like noticed that difference?
Yeah, man. Like you said, and still is with that bit license holding a lot of companies up. And I think you still can't use crypto.com inside New York. You know what I mean? So I think maybe I know maybe Gemini. I know Gemini got the license. It's kind of crazy, man, because it's just politics. The guy that actually created the bit license ended up once he got the bit license approved, he literally quit and then turned around and then started a consulting company on how to actually fill out the paperwork to actually get approval. So so he created the problem and then turned around and started a business on how to solve it. So
It's
it's just
so
politics.
smart though.
Yeah.
That is like legendary shit. They're gonna teach that in college classes about like good business. Like there was that scene where I think it's Richie Rich or some shit where
Yeah.
where he's in class and they're like asking the kids, "How would you solve this crisis?" And the one kid's like, "I would just spread a rumor about the business going under. I would short the business and I'd make a killing." And I'm like, yo, this is the shit they're gonna teach kids too. Like, just
Yeah.
get yourself into a position, create a really complicated law to follow, and then convince everybody that wants to follow the law to hire you to go and figure out how to get through that law. Genius.
Yeah.
That's like Dr. Evil shit, bro.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what Kennedy dad did. He was, he was all about inside trading, and he turned around and um, pretty much, wrote the laws and pretty much created the SEC. So
Yeah.
on how to plug all the holes. So it's been around for forever. So just like you say, you just gotta be, you gotta take advantage of the opportunity. I mean, obviously we all pissed off at him, but hey, he made make his money, and that's how he did it. So first he's I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
what was Gary Gensler was similar to it, right? So if you think about it, he talked about MIT, he talked at MIT, talked about blockchain, and came in, and everyone was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So a guy, dude, when he did, he turned around, was like, I'm gonna fill all the holes up, and start suing everybody, to oblivion. You know what I mean? So it's like these guys know what they're doing, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they have this plan,
Hey, we
I
wanted
mean,
crypto to go mainstream, and this is what the mainstream does. They sue and they
mhm.
fucking lobby and bureaucracy it all up, man. And I mean, you said 2017, bro. That's almost been a decade. Some of my favorite stuff to talk about people like with people in crypto that have been in this space, like I got in 2015, 2016, and it's like what was your favorite scam? And not by like what was the best one or whatever, but like what was the one you thought was like at least the most entertaining or the funnest one? Like everyone has a favorite scam. What was your favorite scam that existed?
Let me see, man. There's a lot of them, man. Especially the ICO rate, the ICO
That's
fees.
ICOs is a scam in general, so that
Yeah.
covers it. The whole fucking thing of ICOs was a scam.
Yeah, I gotta say I gotta point out, like, I gotta say, like, the funniest one was the BitConnect one. Like, that
Oh
was
yeah,
like
that was a
crazy.
good one. That's classic. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What's
So
up?
that
What's
was,
up?
I
What's
mean,
up?
so they had the conference, they had everything.
I still
Everybody was
yell
talking.
BitConnect anytime somebody hands me a microphone and they say, "Can you do a mic check?" BitConnect. That's my go-to mic check. Always, forever. I
Yeah, that
used
that was,
BitConnect. I had it.
yeah.
I had a downline, bro. But I mean, all my BitConnect content's probably still on YouTube because I was telling people you're definitely gonna lose all your money. I promise you, you're gonna lose all your money if you use BitConnect. You're stupid. But if I can't convince you not to use it, my referral link is right there in the comments below. So many fucking
they,
people,
they
bro.
signed up. Signed
So
up.
fucking many people. It was so fucking funny how much money I was making while I'm calling this thing a fucking scam the whole time. I'm like,
And it's all about getting in, man, and don't get too greedy. But it's like, you see a lot of people now, like, oh, with like, I said, what, last year, a couple years ago, the whole meme coins, right? So everyone's like thinking something new. It's like, no, man, every cycle has something. So it's just that you got to know what it is and what it isn't. And
yep.
long as you're in during the bear markets, like right now, and you understand, okay, what's going to take off or what's happening, you're getting in, you're making a trade. But you gotta let people. It's a problem is a lot of people are greedy. They're thinking they're gonna put in, 500, $1,000 is gonna turn to $1 million. Just walk away with 5 or 10 grand.
Yeah, for real,
And
for real.
that's just the thing. Some people get greedy. They think it could be forever. It could be their lottery. It's gonna be their
Well, I
scratch
mean,
off.
that was their lottery. If you put in 500 and you got out
Oh,
5 grand, that was it. That was your. You could have put in 50 grand and maybe got out your million, but you
mhm.
didn't, right? So like you got what you came in with. Like if you ride in on 500 and you got 5 grand out of it, that was that one in a million getting hit by lightning kind of like you got so lucky that you're in like
Mhm.
a 1% of all people in crypto type shit. Now you got like, where you're going to get hooked and think that lightning can strike twice. Probably not. Just take that 5 grand and run. But there are the people that tried that with 50 grand. And when that
Mhm.
lightning hit them, it did turn into a million. But they had more to risk, which is why they
Yeah.
got more in their reward. People keep trying to compound their luck. Luck doesn't compound.
Yeah, and I always tell people, even in trading, like, even good, like, even good trade, like, if you double your money, right? I would say just take that out and just have that just have that moon bag, right? So you don't lose anything. So it's like, okay, if you put in 500 and then you pull out 1,000, like, you did very well, and you got a moon bag. If it goes to 10,000, 20,000, 100,000 after that, you got a moon bag. But if it goes to zero, who cares? Like, you know what I mean? You still doubled your money. The problem is people just don't pull out. They don't want to pull out the double. They don't want to pull out $501. Like, you know what I mean? And that's the problem. So that's what I think most people got to understand. Like what you just said, you have to. It's risk management. That's what we always talk about
Well,
anyway in
AI is
trading.
going to manage all that risk now. You got AI in MetaMask, AI in
Yeah.
exchanges, AI wallet integration. I mean, basically,
Mhm.
AI is going to be the thing that we can actually use in the recipe to create passive income. Because like everyone argues, crypto isn't passive because you still have to click the button that says like claim your stake or yield your APY or whatever. Like you got to do something that makes it not passive. But with
Mhm.
AI just running, connected to your wallet, connected to an exchange, knowing your risk management parameters, it's just going to trade for you on your behalf and pay your rent and bills with whatever profit it makes you for the day. That's where I see
Yeah.
like this. That's like
I
the
mean,
next thing that's coming next.
yeah, I mean, Robinhood just introduced it yesterday, and everyone gonna follow behind them. Charles Schwab, everyone gonna follow right behind them. Robinhood is that they're gonna They started DJing stuff first, and then everyone see, okay, they're making money, so we're gonna do the same exact thing, implement it to our platforms as well. So yeah, Robinhood introduced that yesterday, and you seen it, man. When we was at the you at plenty of conferences, so everyone's talking about agents. The number one thing I hear, like, I walk up to
AI,
someone and I talk, oh,
dude.
AI
You be thinking
agent.
crypto conferences or AI conferences this year.
Yep,
This whole
yep.
year was about AI everywhere I
Mhm.
went.
Yep. So everyone is like, even when we throw like our events, like our pitch events, different founders I talk to, everyone first thing I hear is my agent, my agent, my agent. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm thinking I'm talking to a football, basketball player. You know what I mean? You got to talk to my agent. You got to talk to my agent. you know? So it's like
Oh man, I
agent,
wish that we
AI,
would use different words. I mean, I think we should go back to just saying bot. Like my
bot.
bot.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like the people that are saying agent are the same type of people that like put KOL on their business card. I don't know. It's just like
yeah.
it's unnecessary. You don't have to do all that. You know what I mean?
It's
Like
influencer.
it's a bot. It's a bot. You're an influencer. You know what I mean? It's like it is what it is. You can't try to change the name and ginge it up a little bit and put a bow on it and now it's something new. No, it's a bot, bro. Your agent is a fucking bot.
It's a bot.
I've been dealing with bots forever. They're just getting better and better. And yeah, it's
Yep.
just weird that they keep using these terms to make themselves sound cooler in the AI world. Not a fan. I don't even
But you
think
know,
we
you know
have
what you're
real
dealing with,
AI,
though.
dude. I don't think we
You know
got
what
real
you're
AI. I think what they let us
no.
play with is like the dumbest down babied version of what actually exists. And
Yeah.
what we're using isn't even comparable to AOL intranet to this internet. The difference is
hmm
greater than that. Like if you're on AOL 56K dial up and you're in that ecosystem, you're in the intranet, AOL's version of the internet. That not being the internet comparison to this not being AI is so much bigger in leaps and bounds that like people
Yeah.
really don't understand that like what you are using is just an intelligent algorithm at best.
Yeah. I mean, what OpenAI been around, what they started what, like 2015, 2016, and they pretty much like, dumped out to the world in what, 2022, in the 2022 basically.
Yeah, around
So it's
pandemic,
like
mid
just imagine.
pandemic.
Yeah. So just imagine, just imagine what's out right now. When we're getting inside 2026 is what we're going to see in, like you said, 2031, maybe 2032, and that's what a lot of people understand. Like every time I see something, I'm like, oh wow, this is nice. Now just imagine what I don't see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, what we
And that,
got is just to make what they have better. Like what they give
yeah.
us is just the thing that is being data mined to make their
Mhm.
shit even better. Otherwise, they
Yeah,
wouldn't even give it to us if they didn't get something out of it.
absolutely, absolutely. And then I mean, you really want to go a little deeper. You know what I mean? It's really about surveillance, right? So what we're doing, we're giving everything to them. AI, it's like, okay, now you're telling, hey, I have a 10-year-old son, and or I have a 5-year-old daughter, and da 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 da, and what's the nearest pizza place or the nearest place? Like, now the AI knows it's you, right? You already use your email. Then they know how many kids you have, the age range, the sex, gender, all that other stuff, and they know where you like to go. And like what Google, like you dealing with, like remember, like Google, it pull up your data, like SEO and all other stuff. So with the AI, now you're gonna have companies competing to actually be in Chat GBT, be inside
Oh
like Claude
yeah.
or whatever. So whenever you're actually like looking for something, who's gonna be the top? Who's gonna be SEO? Who's gonna be the number one
Oh
pick? You say,
yeah,
okay,
all the AI results are going to be there to make you do something on somebody else's whim. Yeah, like you said, the SEO stuff, search engine optimization, was like an even
mhm,
balance. It was like to balance out the internet from all the junk and what we, as like a consensus, decided this is what I was looking for when I searched for this. I ended up clicking on this, and the more of us that searched that and clicked on this, the higher it got in the rankings. But now with that AI shit, like you and me can sit next to each other in the same room, ask our AI, the same question, and we are not going to get anything near the same answer, bro. Like they're
mhm,
they're they're catering every response a la carte specific to each individual. And that takes away the culture. Like there's so much less culture because of all this different. And they even got rid of the fucking Google search bar. It's gone. It's just AI now.
Yeah.
Fuck,
AI mode.
dude. Fuck.
That's how it is, man. You know, but in the day, man, it's like, you know, it's here, right? So it's like you gotta take advantage of the opportunity. So it's like either you want to sit around and say, "Fuck cell phone," I still want to use my beeper. You know what I mean? Then you know you're gonna be screwed, like, you know. So it's like I'm gonna take
The
advantage of
Amish
it.
is about to get a big fucking re-up. Like people are about to be enlisting in the Amish army, bro. Like
Yeah.
I need to learn how to build a house with a hammer and a nail. I need to learn how to read blueprints. How's plumbing actually fucking work? And I'm sure they use some electricity. Let's run some wire. You know what I mean? But like their army is about to get big, bro. I'm picturing like the Terminator apocalypse, and where does the army start? And it starts with the American fucking Amish.
Yeah.
Just picture a dude with a pitchfork running at a fucking little robot on the sidewalk that delivers pizza. Getting away on his horse and shit.
Yeah.
The revolution will be started on an Amish farm. You heard it here first. That's what's gonna happen.
It's gonna be crazy, man. It's gonna be. I was like, man, I just imagine like 2040, man. This shit's gonna be crazy.
I can't imagine 2040 because if you go back to 2010, just 2010, and not even locally but globally, forget the wars and shit, but like look at all of like the conflicts through immigration. I think media started this fucking shit, and I don't think it was real until the media put it in the zeitgeist. But like culture appropriation wasn't a thing until it was in like a TV show or a movie or something. Somebody fucking wrote culture appropriation into a script, and then it manifested into like the real world where people are like, "Oh, you can't do that. That's my culture's thing." And like, no, I mean, all my life I remember cultural mixing where you'd see random people doing random shit all the time, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's dope." Like that's just like everybody's everything, right? And then now with like immigration and culture appropriation existing, it's like I don't know, it just feels so fake. Like all the hate like in the past like 15 years, 16 years, it all feels fake hate. Like I don't know.
You can't have a good time. You can't have a good time. Like you go to a comedy show, like you know, you can't. It's crazy, man. Like you know what I mean. It's like I get to the point, you're like, man, what the fuck? Like you can't have no fun. Like you know what I mean? Because it's like everyone, like you said, everyone has an opinion for every single thing. Everyone takes everything so serious these days. Like everything is political. Like
everything but like, what matters.
Yeah. It's like, yo, they're literally they listen to you on your phone in your house. Like, you know what I mean? And you're worrying about, you know, something silly that you can't change regardless.
Yeah. So no, seriously, like look at what Edward Snowden went through. Edward Snowden gave up his life essentially. He's basically a fucking prisoner at this point, right? For like the rest of his life. Man. And he risked all of that to tell us what's being done to us, and myself included. Nobody cares. Like nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares. Okay. I'm not in the streets protesting and burning Alexas on the sidewalk. Like, was it worth it? Like if I had a time machine, I'd probably tell Edward Snowden, not worth it, bro. Nobody's gonna give a shit. Yeah. Like, just quit your job and go be free. Yeah, exactly. Collect your check. And I think there won't be another Snowden because the people in Snowden's position where he was in the know realize nobody's going to give a shit. It's probably like the same people that know aliens exist and like people have told us and leaked it and they're like, yeah, well, John over here lost his job because he wanted to talk about aliens being real and nobody believed him. Yeah. Why am I going to try to tell people aliens exist? No one's going to believe me either.
Yeah, I'm not going to lose my pension. I'm not going to lose my cushy job, you know, in the government and shit. I'm retired in 10 years anyway. Right. Like people that got that type of intelligence, you know, it's not no one that's 24, 25. those guys like in their 50s, you know what I mean? Like at that vertical, you know, to where they're gonna have that type of intelligence. So they're like, listen, fuck it, I'm about to retire in 10 years. Fuck it. I'll be dead in 30 anyway. So who gives a shit? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, they're looking at it like that. I mean, I can't be mad at them because, like you said, Snowden did all that stuff, and then what everybody do? Run out and get an electrical car that drives them everywhere and get in the car with strangers. So which and stay in strangers' homes. You know what I mean? So
there's so many strangers that know where I live because of Uber.
Yeah.
So many strangers. And so many strangers get to handle my fucking food and drink before I consume it. That's got to be a false flag event waiting to happen, right? Like,
bro,
that's got to be you can't even get Halloween candy without grandma thinking someone put a razor blade in it, or mom and dad thinking somebody put free ecstasy in a Snickers, right? Like, and now, like the same grandma and mom and dad who are afraid of strangers giving kids candy or Uber eating their fucking Coke. That the only thing keeping it safe is a little sticker, and it's fine. I'll be okay.
Bro, I ordered was it Uber Eats one time, yo. It was from Wingstop. Man, I got my wings, and I was like, I just looked at it. I was disgusted. Like the guy, it came, he didn't ring my bell nor nothing, right? So I'm like, let me just go downstairs and see what the fuck my food here. Open up my door, like you said, I just see a sticker on my shit. I'm like, open my shit up, my fry just called like, man, this motherfucker probably was eating some of my shit. Like I seen like I'm like, I'm done with this shit. I'm just gonna pick my shit up.
I've had people leave shit at the door and I didn't know for like 10, 15 minutes, but that's all it takes for an army of ants to find out they got a free cookout. Like I go and open my food in the house and there's like 1,000 ants inside of it already. I'm like, motherfucker.
And you don't pay extra, you paid a premium. You paid a premium for the leave the shit on the floor, on the ground, outside.
I try to stay in the mentality of like, if I need to walk somewhere and it's an hour away from me, that's not far. I try to make sure my brain doesn't let an hour worth of walking feel like a far distance. That way, like if I want it, like McDonald's, I gotta walk about 45 minutes to McDonald's, eat, and then 45 minutes to get home. And yeah, that 90s energy, I try to stick with it because like I see how lazy everybody's become with that. Like I'm especially in Vegas, bro. In Vegas, motherfuckers were Ubering across the street. Not even exaggerating. I wish I was lying when I said this. Motherfuckers were at the Paris and they were Ubering to the Bellagio. Motherfucker is right across the street. I'm like, what the fuck is? I'm like, I don't know if I can be friends with y'all. I'll meet you there. I'm walking. Like, no, I don't want to ride across the street. Vegas was funny though with all those rich kids out there, bro. It was a different energy this year. It wasn't a lot of degenerates. There weren't like all the pajamas and stoners who just got rich. You know what I mean? It was like all the suits who are trying to figure out what the guys in the pajamas did the last couple years.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like to see the difference, man. Like when I first got there, right, man. Like I used to go like the little small meetups, like the little meetup in a little pizza spot, and man, we used to be in there. So we was some old guys, like you know what I mean. And they're talking about when they got into Bitcoin and how they was mining back in 2009, 2010, and like they scared the shit out of me. So that like I'm so cautious, right? I'm so cautious in what I do, and it helped me out a lot from being hacked because like they scared the shit. It was like, don't do this. And if you're gonna use your keys, make sure you print it out on paper, and then make sure that you get a brand new printer that doesn't connect to the internet. And this, like, they like ingrained so much stuff into me, and so it's like it helped me out a lot, and navigate around in space. But to see like the people that when I first got in, and to see it now, it's like, damn, it's a bunch of Ivy League, kids now that came from the financial world, came from TradeFi, working at Morgan Stanley or working at JP Morgan, and it's like, damn, like all Goldman and all that stuff. And everybody I talk to, like, oh yeah, I'm from Columbia. And no, I mean, I love people from Ivy League. I got a lot of friends in it, and I think they're very brilliant people, and I like how they work. But just to see the transition, like to see, like, like you said, the degens, or just like the average Joe that was like, fuck the world, fuck the government, fuck the banks. Now everybody's out here is from the government and from the banks. It's like, you know what I mean?
Well,
They don't want
the
to.
thing is, though, that fuck the government shit is a side effect of crypto. No matter what
Yeah.
Ivy League you're in or went to, no matter what fraternity or frat, no matter where you came from, if you're in crypto now, it's just a matter of time before you're a degenerate. I mean, if you look at capital gains and first in, first out, and all the bullshit that's happening with your money, just buying these politicians' Lambos, you're gonna be a little bit more of the fucking end of Fed than you were before you got into crypto. It's a side effect that you cannot avoid, and it's contagious as fuck, man. Because all it takes is one friend in that Ivy League circle to have an issue with money transmittance or bank freezing shit or whatever, and then it just spreads like a virus. Fuck that. Fuck the bank. I'm closing this account. I'm going all in on crypto. Well, we got stable coins now. I don't have to worry about volatility. Like all that it's just the ingredients that we built. It's not a Trojan horse. It's like a zombie infection. Like people are like,
it's
oh,
a
orange pill. Yeah, we're a black hole for like people that just want to get away from the system. You can't help but like get into this lifestyle, and I'm happy that we're getting those kinds of people in our ranks. But it is fun watching, and I call these people, and I don't care how they feel about it, educated retards. Because they're so smart. These motherfuckers got PhDs and shit. They studied for years. And they don't know nothing. They don't even know what a Bitcoin private key and a Bitcoin public key look like, and what's the difference, and what a seed phrase 12 to 24 words means. Oh, dude, I love that part of like, no matter what, they have to go through all this like learning how to crawl, learning how to walk shit, and they have to humble themselves. Every conference I go to, don't matter how expensive the suit is, they're instantly humbling themselves when they enter the room. And that, I think, is why I give them more respect than a lot of the suits that don't go to these conferences. Because it takes some balls to be like, I don't know this, guy in pajamas. Can you teach me? I'm like, yeah, bro, I got you.
Yeah, and that's exactly like you said. And that's why I said I respect for them. Like, you know what I mean. And you talk to them, you have a conversation with them, and they're very brilliant people. And very thought provoking people. And but
we're
like
gonna
you said,
be better to have them on our side now, man.
Yeah, and and we did, because I used to do mortgages, right? So for a major bank, and so I will have like the financial advisor, and this was in Scottsdale, when I was living in Scottsdale at the time, and I'm working out of a branch in Scottsdale, ritzy people, money, crazy money, and all his clients is top, that bank, like that top tier, preferred customers, premium customers, and I just talk to him all the time about Bitcoin. I talk all the time about crypto. He's like, "Oh, it's nothing. I think it's gonna go to zero and this and that, whatever." And the dude, like our age, like so it wasn't like it was like an old guy, but he just was like he just grew up how he grew up. You know what I mean? And TradeFi and thinking, everything is all about the traditional markets. And I told him, I said, "Listen, man, Bitcoin. I'm telling you, at the time, Bitcoin maybe $3,000, $2,000.
Oh, it did help that Warren Buffett was talking shit at that time too.
Yeah. But he was just like, man, he's like, no, it's not gonna do anything. So now I'm just looking at it, and then like maybe like 7-8 months later, man, like that same bank we was in training, they were talking about how you can actually source crypto. You know what I mean? For mortgages now. So I was like, hell yeah, like, look, I told you. He was like, yeah, not going. I was like, watch, you're going to be talking about it and telling your clients to allocate, 1 to 5%, to their portfolio. And, he's like, I don't know. I don't think so. I think it'll go to zero. I was like, you see, I really want to just fly down there just to see if he's still there and just be like, I told you, didn't I?
Well, even Mark Cuban made a public statement recommending people put 5 to 10% into crypto, whether it's Bitcoin or a basket. So yeah, I can't
Mhm.
imagine where we're at now with that, with the advice they're giving people and just like where to store and how to do so. And yeah, so we saw ICOs, we've seen the NFTs, we've seen the meme coins. What do you think is the next catalyst? I mean, I could kind of give you what I think, but I'm just curious what you think. Like, is there anything that you're waiting for, looking for, or something that you expect might be what that next thing is during the run? Because it's not always just a Bitcoin bull run. There's always been a catalyst, whether it was the ICOs, the NFTs, the meme coins. There's always been something throwing fuel on the fire that helps the bull run. I'm more so leaning towards like RWAs probably being the next thing. But I'm curious, what are your thoughts?
I thought RWAs was gonna be. I thought RWAs gonna be the thing from last cycle, but it was too many scamming in RWAs where people was actually selling you the equipment, and it was like Ponzi type of style, So they'll sell you the equipment for 500, and they'll take some of those the profit and then pay people back, with the profits from they were selling the equipment, and then nothing came from the equipment, So and nothing came from the project. Um, I was big on RWAs. I really am. I think if you do it the right way, I think it's gonna be explosive. We'll talk about that, on a side note, when I tell you what I'm doing. But me personally, I think the catalyst is going to be exactly what we was talking about a few minutes ago. I think it's going to be the DATs. I think that's going to really, really, really bring a lot of people in. But I think it's going to also be the reason why a lot of things fall to shit as well. Um,
Too fast, too much,
reason
too
why,
quick.
yeah, because I think it's going to be what brought us up was what brings us down, right? So because eventually people start taking profits, and the right people hit that sell button, and then obviously the last people that tailwind gonna hit, and then they're gonna be, it's like what Warren Buffett said when you see you swimming naked, when the tide comes up. So I think because it's so reason why I'm saying it because it's so easy to look into DATs, right? So people can look at it and say, okay, cool. I want to get into crypto, right? I want this exposure. This here is a company that that's regulated, or say this company went through the process, or they're actually they're licensed to you know buy Bitcoin or crypto or whatever, and so I'm gonna put my money into that, and then I think that's what's gonna drive it up because it's gonna be so much easier just to go in on log into your brokerage account, buy a certain DAT from that company, and then able to actually say, cool, push it up, and those companies gonna buy more and more crypto with it. But I think something's gonna happen to where it's gonna obviously have that nice run up. Something gonna happen to where it's gonna just collapse and we go back to the bear market again in the next cycle, though. You see what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
what I think will be the next catalyst because it's gonna be so much easier. The barrier entry gonna be so much easier this time around for the desk. You can just go right into your Charles Schwab, go right
I don't
into
think
your
there's gonna
brokerage firm.
be a down though. Like I'm still stuck on like this might be the last bull run before the term bull run is retired. Looking at like what's happening in the Strait of Hormuz with like Iran and Israel and everything happening there with the petrodollar not being used as much for crude oil purchases. Bro, the dollar is the petrodollar. Like without that motherfucker, bro. Like oh shit. Like if they just say nah, we don't want that anymore, we just only want Bitcoin, like that's it, bro.
Yeah,
We are in an overnight depression, just instantly overnight. Wheelbarrows full of dollar bills won't get you a groceries. Like it's gonna
yeah,
be
slice of
crazy.
bread.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, in America, we've been lucky that we had never really had to worry about like a currency change. Like most people around the world have had those moments where they've seen their currency just turn off and they have to start all over. And It's weird,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, like
looking
Greece
at
and
what's
everything.
happening. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
here the
people.
way that the 1% are starting to diversify and get a bag of crypto, it's just letting me know that they're aware. Like if you see a bunch of rich people just boarding a ship for no reason, expect a fucking
Ralph
flood.
Lauren.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they know something you don't know. And seeing Michael
Yeah,
Saylor is like what, like 3 or 4% of like all Bitcoin. He has like the biggest independent bag. He could be the next Rothschild.
yeah, and that's the thing. It's like you said, they when you're seeing them, it's funny because it's like people say, "Oh, Bitcoin, what is it? What is it used for? What's the use case of it?" He like the fucking straight at her muse. That's what it's, that's the use case. Now you want to talk and so
For real.
you know, so yeah, so I think that's. I mean, yeah, you bring up a good point on that there with the wars, but like I said, me personally, I always think about the business cycle. I always think about cycles. It's just how it is. Boom bust
I
periods you
think
always have.
Fiat's at its bust cycle. I think
Yeah,
fiat as a concept, the
yeah,
idea of
yeah,
a fiat currency is obsolete. We're still trying to, figure out how to operate on the roads with a horse and buggy when there's Lamborghinis on the road now. Everything
hmm,
that's a horse and buggy's got to go. It is what
yeah,
it is. And I think fiat is a part of that reset, and what we're seeing happen with like the 1% getting into Bitcoin now, like, and they've probably been doing it silently. I mean, how long did Jamie Dimon tell people that, like, if you work for me and you mention Bitcoin, you're fired? And he was
yeah.
probably,
It's
well,
pet
was
rock and
buying
all this.
Bitcoin the whole time, right? Like, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. So they've been, if they've been doing it this long for the past couple years publicly. I mean, again, that's the same thing though when you see like, Mark Zuckerberg and Oprah Winfrey have like the biggest nuclear bunkers in Hawaii that like ever
yeah,
existed. Like if you just check out these rich people's nuclear bunkers, you're like, what the fuck? But then people are like, it's nothing to worry about. Like, I'm a little worried. Like, why are
yeah,
these
yeah.
people buying nuclear bunkers? You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, and they're buying fucking Bitcoin. Well, I can't afford a nuclear bunker, but I can grab some fucking Bitcoin.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing. People, gotta understand what's like what's Satoshi said. You might want to get some. It might be worth something one day. So it's like at the end of the day, like what do you have to lose? Like you just look at a fucking chart. I tell people all the time. People, oh, well, it's down. I'm like, just look at a fucking chart.
Well,
You know what I
well, how
mean?
do we
And
get people to see this like stuff that they already waste money on, bro? Like, and you know what? Double O Tat says this all the fucking time, bro. Like, black culture would make Bitcoin mainstream. It's the missing ingredient. There ain't nothing that makes crypto cool. And I feel like if we could figure out how to tap into fucking like Double O is doing this with his own like tattoo experience and trying to get like the crypto like stuff into the zeitgeist, but like, yeah, how the fuck do we get like the fucking black culture in on this shit before like it's so corny? It's like lame to get into crypto. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael fucking
yeah.
Saylor's trying to tell me to buy crypto. Dog, that's corny. I don't want it now. Just because that fucking face told me to buy it. But then if we had somebody like fucking Nas was talking about Bitcoin and shit, bro, in like 2015 and shit, bro.
Yeah,
So I'm just saying, like, if we had cooler fucking representation, if Bitcoin had better marketing, maybe we could get people who spend money on random shit. Like they always make sure they get the new iPhone, but they don't have
yeah,
any stocks on TD Ameritrade. What the fuck? Like
yeah,
we were
yeah,
talking about off air. Why do you buy Nike socks if you don't have any Nike stocks? Buy the
yeah,
stocks, then buy the socks. And like, how do like, I think the reason people don't want to throw any money in the crypto is because like the mainstream has made it fucking corny. First, it was dangerous. Like, oh, it's a scam, and then the mainstream, like the Big Bang Theory, like the smartest
hmm,
people on TV, they lost their private keys, bro. They lost millions of
yeah,
dollars the first time Bitcoin was on TV. It was like, oh, you're an
yep,
idiot, even though you're the smartest people on TV. And then there's movies about it being for drugs, people getting guns held to their heads so they would give up their seed
yeah,
phrases. And now it went from being like that thing to like now it's just corny. It never had a cool phase. It was just a criminal, dirty thing. and then it's just boring, corny, and lame. How the fuck do we make crypto cool, bro?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about. I'm gonna tell you something I'm working on, and you gonna see it. I was gonna show you the damn mansion, but it was so much shit happening. You know what I mean? But yeah,
So it sounds
I'm
like
gonna
you've
show
been
you.
on it. You understand, like crypto just ain't cool.
Yeah,
Like we need to make that
yeah,
shit
yeah.
cool, and we be good.
Yeah, and that's why I built on it. Is like what I build on. It's pretty much done. And but yeah, man, it's Bitcoin has to get its culture. The problem is, I think when you're dealing with people, like the once they understand the cycles, because it's got to be different between looking cool and being cool, right? So you have to understand the cycles. So if people understand their mind, like, look, it's going to have its ups and downs. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? And it's just not. I always tell people it's not your turn yet. So like people might look at you and look at me, and they were like, okay, well, you guys been in for a long time, right? You guys got it very low, so you're good. Yeah, but when I got in, I thought I was hearing from people that bought it when it was $50. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, shit, I got it for like $1,000. Like, shit, I'm late. You know what I mean? So it's like when the shit hit $5,000, man, we were going crazy. When it hit, like I'm looking at my damn screen on that you know what I mean, on my wallet when I'm like, I wonder how the number's gonna look when it hit 10,000. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? So it's like, so I think once people understand that, like, you get so many people like, look, I got in at this time, and look, I'm good now. I don't have to worry about anything. And then once they see so many people under so many different cycles and go through the ups and downs, and they say, okay, cool, all right, yeah, I can get in. So and then I had this conversation with my nieces and nephews and different people I know. And what I do is I like giving people like Bitcoin as well. So like for like birthdays or like Christmas or something like that, I'll give you some Bitcoin. Like, don't touch it. Just let it sit. And then when they see it's much higher, and then I always say, now just imagine if you would have put $100 a month into it or $500 a month into it. Just imagine how much you would have right now. And they're like, oh yeah, you're right, you're right. So it's like I think people understand, like, because people want to look cool, and that's the problem. So when people want to look cool, they gonna take that $500. They gonna buy the J's. They want to take the chick out, like, you know what I mean. They want to look fresh. They want to go out. They want to.
Oh,
They want to live like.
especially when you can spend that Bitcoin. Imagine when you can spend Bitcoin at the movies and at the restaurant. That's an even bigger flex. Like fucking, I
Yeah.
remember when credit cards first came out, people would drop a credit card like, yeah, it was a flex. It's not a check. I'm not writing a check. I got an Amex card, bam, or a black card, bam. And I think the same thing. Oh, I got a Phantom wallet. Bam! Like,
Yep.
like just the way you pay for shit's gonna be a status.
Yeah, and I think that's going to help with adoption of the. I mean, I think it'll be what maybe about 100 stablecoin will be out. You know what I mean? I think when it's all said and done.
Oh, we
But
need
so
more
far,
stable
dropped the
coins for
stablecoin.
sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be like back like in the westerns, like in the 1800s, when everyone, each
Every
town had their own
city,
little
every state,
currency.
every town. Yeah, man. I'm looking at the small credit unions right now because I know they're looking at how big banks are trying to get in with the CBDCs and all this shit. But those little banks, they can move like lightning. So as soon as something gets like passed in law, they're going to be the first banks that are going to have a stable coin, not big banks. They're going to take forever.
Yeah.
Those little banks in your neighborhood, those are the banks probably right now looking to hire people that know what they're doing in stable coins because they want their own local stable coin and they can keep that money in the local economy. Especially with e-commerce, it really hurt local economies until it really found a way to balance out. And we saw that with like the more Amazon warehouses that came around, like it helped keep the money in the area. Because at some point in time when you were buying stuff on Amazon Prime, that money was leaving your city, going 2 states over, and then paying an employee to put something in a box to bring it to you, right? So they had to figure out, how do we keep the money in the city? This is it, especially with world commerce coming the way it is and buying digital things like, skins and NFTs and stuff. Like, yeah, I could see a small bank trying to really figure out how to capitalize on launching their own stable coins, especially with like their own RWAs too. Like there's no need
Yeah.
for like, all these real estate record companies to exist anymore because the
Mm-hmm.
title, the deed, the property line, all the information, even the maintenance, the construction, all of that will just be on the chain. It'll just be on the
Yep.
blockchain, right? Yeah, whatever.
And put on a smart contract and you're ready to go. Like, you know what I mean? Like insurance companies and just imagine, like, you have insurance, you say, okay, cool, life insurance. And then you say, okay, look, on my birthday, if I don't come in and type in, this code, whatever, that is this money, this crypto or this money is allocated, the stable coin, whatever is allocated to certain wallets and, to your heirs. It takes everything out. Like, so many middlemen is just robbing people blind. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So,
and
it's
people love
just,
those
it's just,
middlemen, though. They're gonna miss them. I think people are gonna have Stockholm syndrome. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna have to create a hotline for people to call and pretend like they're on the phone with their bank's tech support because they're gonna miss this shit. You know how many hours of people's lives have been spent on hold waiting to yell at somebody at the bank? That's a business opportunity. Like,
middleman hotline.
yeah, exactly.
1877 middleman.
Dude, I was watching an episode of The Simpsons a couple days ago because I downloaded some shit and I was watching it when I was traveling. And there was an episode of The Simpsons where they have legal weed. There's a dispensary in Springfield, but everybody's like, I'm pretty sure it was The Simpsons. I could because I'm like they were buying and selling weed, and the guys like Homer and his friends were sick of like the boring way that they sell weed now. So Mo had like a secret little dispensary in the back of the bar, and it felt like it was an illegal dispensary. You would show up and be like, "Hey, can I get?" He'd be like, "Wait a minute, man, I'm busy." Okay, what you need? Because people were like, they missed the old way of getting drugs.
Yeah.
I'm watching that shit like, yo, I'm not gonna lie. When I go to a dispensary, it does kind of bother me that they don't want to talk to me for 40 minutes before they let me leave with my weed.
Watch them bag up.
Keep an eye on their kid while they hit the bathroom real quick and shit.
Yeah.
Like, The Simpsons. I'm pretty sure it was the fucking Simpsons that did that. But yeah, middleman hotline's gonna be a thing because these people are gonna have Stockholm syndrome for the way they've been treated for the past 100 fucking years. This is like generational trauma, bro. Like the reason people don't fuck with Bitcoin is the same reason they don't like to go to a synagogue or a church or a temple if they're a part of a specific religious group. They can't even think. They can't comprehend going to a different place of worship just to check shit out. They just can't do it. And I think the same ideology is ingrained in people over time when it comes to money. It is a belief system. Shit's just straight up in God we trust on the money we earn and spend. They got us all to believe in fiat as equal to whatever your religious beliefs are. If you believe in God and Jesus, your equal belief. I don't think people understand how much they truly believe in money. You really believe in it, or it wouldn't fucking work.
Yeah, people stab their own parents in the back for it, So it's like it's crazy, man. They'll betray whoever for it. You know what I mean? Just for a piece of paper.
And then here we are out here just trying to give away crypto. You're out here just trying to give Bitcoin to people. It's a different mentality, bro. And it's like it's gonna take a couple generations to break that shit. I think technology is helping. Like the kids today, they're definitely more global thought than local thought. Like when we were growing up, man, I could barely think about the world outside my town. I'm in my 30s. Yeah. I can kind of comprehend the national shit, but thinking globally, bro, I just turn it off. I'm like, if it's over water, I'm good. Like it can't get to me. I don't care about it. But I think kids today are so globally aware because they don't have like, pen pals. They have motherfucking friends that they've been gaming with for 10, 20 years at this point all over the world.
All over the world, yeah.
Discord, Telegrams, WhatsApps, these communities are so much thicker than what we had on like MySpace growing up. that their way of thinking, dude, is going to be so much like, I mean, think about your grandparents, right? Like great grandmom. How different was her mentality to yours? Well, that's
Yeah.
where you're going to be compared to the majority of the youth that will be here in a few years. We will be
Mhm.
so like, that's old. You think old. That's an old way of thinking. Like,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
hard to imagine being that old person, but we're on our way there right now.
Yeah, we already on our way. You just gotta accept it. You know what I mean? Your knees gonna hurt a little bit, back gonna hurt a little bit.
My
But at
diamond
the end of
hands are
the
hurting.
day, yeah, man. It's like, but I think what the adoption is gonna be, like you say, you gotta have a little culture into it. It's gonna be forced. It's gonna be force fed. Like what happened with credit card. Credit card was a hard adoption as well. A lot of people don't understand. Credit card was a hard adoption as well, and it took a little while for people to catch on.
It was
Um,
black culture that made the black card fucking hot though.
oh yeah,
There was nothing cool about credit cards until black culture made the black card a status symbol. Think
yeah,
about
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit. What's going to be the fucking wallet that does that? Cuz I don't know any wallet, like they're all
Bro,
corny.
I seen somebody, I seen some. It was a wallet. I think it was fake though. Like somebody
Oh,
had a wallet, and I seen it online. It was on X, and I seen it on Instagram too. I was like, man, that shit looks sick. But I think it was like fake or something. Like, you know what I
fucking
mean? But that
AI
shit had
shit,
like
yeah.
it had Bitcoin, then it had like switches like Solana, like the LED. It was like a phone, like the size of a phone, and that shit looked cool as a motherfucker. I was like, man, if that motherfucker's $1,000, I'm gonna buy it. I'm like that motherfucker look good as hell. But I think it got it like it has, like I said, it has, you got to look like it, to have a status symbol to it too. Like the iPhone is a status symbol. You buy it, you're like, okay, cool, I got an iPhone, or I got a MacBook. You know what I mean? It's a status. You see somebody, it's not nothing shit on like Dell or HP or anything like that, but you see somebody with an HP laptop and you see somebody with a MacBook, you're like, oh shit, all right, he working on
I
something.
will
She
give it
working
to
on something.
women though. Women are why Apple is so popular because if you don't have an
Yeah,
iPhone and you text a girl an iMessage and that bubble ain't the
yeah,
right
yeah.
color, it just don't hit right. So like women set the standard on like how are you going to talk to me? Is it going to be on an Android or is it going to be on an iPhone? And like if like women gave us that choice and dudes went, all right, fuck, I'll get an iPhone. Like it's like it
and
became
you
that.
and it's still on that subject, man. Like, what I'm really happy to see. Like, I'm going to conference. You go to conferences too, so you go more than me. But just to see, you see more and more women over the years, like getting into the space
Oh
and
yeah.
seeing them at the conferences. Like, you know what I mean? Like before, man, you was seeing a woman at a conference was like seeing an alien. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
And
we only had
now,
booth babes. We only had booth
yeah,
babes
yeah,
back in the day.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. And you see, so I'm happy seeing that. I'm happy. I know they got I think the women of Bitcoin. I think they have that conference. Oh, they have it like right before the conference or during the conference, or the women of crypto, something like that. And I'm seeing it grow and get bigger and bigger and bigger every year. So like I'm really happy with that. Seeing different women, seeing all the women that's coming to the space as well. And like you say, a lot of women they set the standard as well. So they're like, listen,
Hey, they're
I
not
think
just
this is
in this
cool.
space. There's a lot of women running this shit now too.
It's
It's
running.
kind of
Yeah,
crazy how
they run
fast they
shit.
made it come
Yeah.
up, especially in the
Mm-hmm.
media side. A lot of them came up in the media and content. But there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
CEOs, speakers. When you go to like the Bitcoin conference, there was a decent amount of female speakers. I was kind of like shocked
Yeah.
to see that. Like you said, usually it's just a bunch of dudes. And I mean, 2020, any time before that, it was literally just a room full of old
Yeah.
white guys. Like it was just
Yeah.
like the oldest, whitest people you'd ever imagine, and it was like the most boring shit they would talk about. Like we would just hang out in the lobby and like cut
Yeah.
class and like not even listen to the people speak that we came because it was so dry. But like yeah, there's
Yeah.
so many more people now, dude. It's nice to see
Mhm.
that is coming up. And I remember back in the day, like again, 2020, I think even at the Bitcoin conference, there was a panel about diversity in crypto and like how do
Mm-hmm.
we outreach and get more women, people of color, different religions? How do we just get more people involved in this that are outside the echo chamber? And there was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
good conversations that came out of it, and to see some of it happening a few years later is great. But yeah, I think we need
Mm-hmm.
to, as people, as veterans, as the OGs, we have to go out of our way to touch on those things. Like, I might not, I mean, I guess I am Jewish, half Jewish, but I mean, I don't practice. I could go to a Jewish building, I forget, temple or synagogue or whatever. I could go to a
Synagogue.
church, yeah, synagogue or church. I could go to uh, um, anywhere. I could go to a fucking random fair in my neighborhood and just try to get people to accept crypto, right? And I think we all just
Mm-hmm.
need to go outside of our own echo chambers now and try to get other people involved in crypto while we get involved in other shit. Like go to an anime conference for no reason other than to see if you could buy some anime art with Bitcoin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, that'd be dope. And then or just set up a booth, you know what I mean? And then be like, okay,
That's
cool. I'm gonna
different.
sell the Bitcoin. I'm gonna sell Bitcoin. And you selling anime products, and then see how that works out as well. And like, oh, he had the coolest shit. I need Bitcoin. I need you to download the wallet right now, buy some Bitcoin, and then send it over to me.
Oh
And
yeah,
I
the
think
Cash
it
App, it's
also,
that fast.
yeah, okay, yeah, a lot of people have Cash App. You see Cash App, they're doing the stable coins now. I think just announced it yesterday. They're doing a stable coin with Cash App. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, cool. Buy some Bitcoin, send it over to me, and then there you go. And then on your side, as the supplier, as a merchant, you're not worrying about any transaction fees anymore. You're saving thousands of dollars a year. So imagine Walmart. Imagine Walmart selling Bitcoin. They're saving millions of dollars a year versus paying Visa or whoever.
Walmart's gonna need their stable coin first though. The reason I know this about I've been keeping my fucking eye on Walmart, man. Walmart won't get into crypto until they get their own stable coin because Walmart
Yeah.
and Starbucks are some of the biggest banks in America, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Starbucks is a fucking bank
Yeah. It's a
because of the
bank. Yeah.
gift cards. They have so
Yeah.
much
Yep.
money on
Mm-hmm.
reserve from gift
Yep.
cards being issued that they have more money than like the fifth largest bank. Like Starbucks and Walmart
Mm-hmm.
are fucking banks. And that's
Yep.
why I know they need to figure out the stable coin shit so they don't have to take that money off books. They can keep it
Mm-hmm.
on books and then use it for more shit. So they're gonna want
Mm-hmm.
when you see Walmart get a stable coin, that's when everything's gonna start. Like that's the domino I'm waiting for. Is Starbucks or
Yeah.
Walmart? But I think Walmart might pull the trigger before Starbucks.
You
But
think
yeah,
so? I think Starbucks might do it. Starbucks is more like yeah, it's more
the bigger
hipsters.
you are, the harder it is to do new shit. And Starbucks is a little bit
Yeah.
bigger than Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe, yeah. Yeah, whoever take it, it'll be good regardless. It'll be good regardless. Or Amazon. It really the Amazon.
I don't. I think Amazon made a statement a few years ago saying they're never gonna fuck with that. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's
That would be
man,
a
money talk.
different. Yeah, but some companies like those have hills they're gonna die on, and I again also look at what fucking Ferrari just did with their electric car.
Yeah,
Some hills
electric
people
car.
die
Yeah.
on get a lot smaller. Dude, they sold like a $500,000 electric car that's like a fifth as good as a Tesla for 6 times the price as a Tesla. It's
Yeah.
fucking funny. It's like that.
I think it'll be a dud. I think it'll be a dud. I don't think no one's gonna. I don't think people really buy it like that. Unless they be like, oh yeah, they can be like, okay, yeah, we only made 200, and then go from there. Like, oh, we
Yeah, but
sold.
those
We
are the
made
type of
200.
people that lobby into making it a law that you can't own a gas
Yeah.
vehicle, or if you do have a gas vehicle, you have to pay a carbon tax. So they're gonna find
Yeah.
ways to motivate people to buy electric, and then now they have one of the first electric, like high end cars because nobody else, like fucking Lamborghini, didn't want to do that.
It takes away from. I mean, Ferrari is all about the sound and an engine and
Oh,
everything.
I
It's like
wonder if they have the fake sound because some cars, the electric cars, when you start them, they have
yeah,
that fake sound.
yeah,
I
yeah.
wonder if Ferrari programmed a fake fucking sound. That is so funny. Yo, I didn't think of that, but like, yeah, I bet because that is their shit. Like, when you hear a
Mhm,
Ferrari start up, you know, like, you can't really tell a Lambo's engine. Like, you see a
mhm,
Lambo, you know that's a Lambo, like on sight.
mhm.
But when you hear a fucking Ferrari, bro, like that's a different
You know
animal
it.
coming down the highway.
Mhm. Yeah, man. It's something, man. It's like, but I don't think we don't have the grid though, the electric grid to make like everything electric cars,
Not because of
and
these
then the data
service things
centers.
now. Yeah, the data centers now, they're taking up too much, man. It's gonna be a fight over
Yeah,
electricity real fucking soon. Oh shit. You know how expensive electricity is about to get, and people are. I really don't think they're ready because like the money going down in spending power plus the cost of living going up at the rate of each of those things, it's so unsustainable that guarantee you within our lifetime we're gonna see an actual collapse, like a full on
yeah,
like collapse. We almost saw it 15 years ago, but we bailed the banks out. There's no way to
mhm,
bail anything out now. We are actually in more debt as a nation than we have in savings for the first time in like for fucking ever. We owe more money than what we have. Like, damn, bro. That's like to think like I'm bad at budgeting my money, but to think about my government being just as bad or worse, like fuck. Like, how's the government going to go homeless? Because that's what it looks like. It looks like the government's about to be homeless right now.
yeah. But I mean, like you said earlier, it's global. You got global economies now, so they're just gonna reset it. I mean, it's not the
Yep.
first, won't be the last. I think what this is like the fourth, basically the fourth central bank system we on. So
Yeah, but it's gonna
can't
be
settle on four. I'll go on five.
our first currency change in over 100 years. But again,
Yeah.
people don't even realize how little of a lifespan the fiat money system had.
Hmm.
It's not that long. Like fiat money is like the shorter end of the stick when it comes to money experiments. Like we used
Yep.
gold a lot longer than we used fiat. We used
Silver.
seashells, yeah, silver. We used fucking sticks with notches cut into them longer than
Hmm.
we've used banking technology money, like fiat money. It's a very
Yeah.
small experiment and it just didn't do very good.
It's an experiment that kept failing over and over and over again too. Like all they did
that
was
was
recreate it. Just
that was part
don't
of the
think it's
feature
wasn't
though.
alive to see the difference.
Once they figured out how it went wrong, they just figured out how do they make more money off of it. They didn't fix anything. They just
No,
fucking put a bucket under the leak.
they just did it again. They just said B, fucked up C, and just did it over again. Like you know what I mean? With the Federal Reserve, how they pushed that through in December 22nd, 1913. Right a couple of days before Christmas. So it's like, okay, we got to
When
push it
I
through.
heard about that story and how the Federal Reserve got the name federal in the name, I went
Yeah.
on a little of a little rabbit hole, and you know what I found out? There's a business called Federal Donuts, and they sell donuts, bro, and it's
Yeah.
called Federal Donuts.
Yeah.
And,
Same thing with
and
FedEx.
okay, but no, it's Federal
Yeah.
Donuts. Okay, they are as involved in the government as the Federal Reserve. Federal Donuts and
Yeah.
Federal Reserve are as involved in the government equally, which they are not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
Same thing
like,
with Federal Reserve. FedEx. I mean, FedEx. Federal. It was Federal X. He thought he would have contracts with the government. The government pulled out on the last like the day before, and he paid for all the damn gas and for the plane, and he was like shit out of luck. So he literally had to go to Vegas. He literally had to go to Vegas, and he gambled like his last $5,000. He about to go back home to Memphis from New York, like with his leg, because I think he had like two, like he had like two or three packages like on the plane. He called his guy back. He's like, "Yo, what's going on? Like, how the first thing happened?" Because he like the federal government said, "Nah, fuck it." He named the company Federal Express because he thought he would have federal contracts to deliver packages around the country.
I didn't know
and
that.
Then and then when he and then it didn't fall through. His guy was like, "Oh, dog, we didn't get the contract. Oh, no, we can't do business with you. Like the federal government can't. I tried, man, I can't do it." So he started obviously what we see today. So so he was like his first package. He was inside New York. His first like plane. He chartered whatever with the packages. I think they had like 4 or 5 packages on it, and then he was like, "Fuck it, I'm pretty much out of business." So he was about to fly back to Memphis, and then he was like, he seen a thing with Vegas, and he switched it, and he went to Vegas, and he bet like his last $5,000 in Vegas, whatever. I think like a blackjack, and won like 20 grand. So he had I think he won like 50 or something like that, and then he took like that 20 grand out of 50, and he like, "We're still in business," and start paying for like more gas, and then just kept going and start working. But yeah, but FedEx, it was Federal Express because he named it just to have packages shipped.
Damn, that's crazy. That makes me think of you remember back when Long Island Iced Tea changed their name to Long Island Blockchain and their stocks went up like 500%?
Yep.
I was making a joke the other day. It would be, and I couldn't even be mad. I would just put them up there at the top of the best marketing people in the world if they were to rebrand to Long Island AI right now.
Yeah. It was a shoe company. You saw what the shoe company did? About a month ago? They were a fucking shoe company, felon shoe company. They changed their shoe company name to AI. Said, "Oh, we'll be working in AI," and the stock went up like 400% in one day.
I love that. I love that so much. I think that's awesome. Oh, that's fucking clever. Fuck, man. All right, well, I guess we could wrap things up here. I didn't realize we talked for an hour already, man. Damn, time flies. You can't see it, but my background looks like a green screen for you. But for the viewers, they've been seeing some really cool, trippy shit. Just, I don't even know, happening in the background. I don't know where I got this video on YouTube, but it's a really cool wallpaper, and it's very trippy. Anyway, where can people go to find you on the socials? Where are you at? Drop your links and whatnot.
Yeah, man. Follow me at the Crypto Black on all socials. X. You'll find me on TikTok, Instagram. I'm always dropping information on on news about crypto. I'm not one of those guys that try to like sway away from other stuff, like other topics too much. I really try to stay in the crypto and follow up on the news and give my opinions. Just follow me on there on X, TikTok, on Instagram at the Crypto Black, and and then interact with me, man. Send me a DM. If you guys go to bitangels.network if you want to actually sign up for our June 9th event during the ETH conference. If you're a founder, we're going to have different investors there, funders there, judges there, people in the industry. So if you're a founder, you want to pitch your project, come on out. I think we only have like maybe 3 or 4 slots left. But come out, make sure you get up with me on X or Instagram or any of my socials, and I'll give you the direct link to the Luma. Get over there, check it out. But man, thanks for having me, man. Thanks, Ken Bozak, the man, the myth, the legend, the travel king.
Thank you, bro. I actually asked ChatGPT like what's up, and I told it like all the places I've went, and apparently I'm in like the less than 1% of people that travel. Like outside of like, pilots who get paid for it, like just traveling, I'm in like the 1% of people. It's just fucking insane. Because I never thought I'd leave my own hometown. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, ever. My brother still hasn't. My motherfucking brother, who's less than a year younger because Irish twins, hasn't even left the tri-state area. And I've been to China twice.
Hey, you know what I'm saying, guys? They say, tell God your plans, and he'll laugh.
Fucking A, bro. All right, check it out. The Crypto Black on socials. Go and check out Crypto Chuck. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I will see you in New York City, if not for the ETH thing. NFT NYC always gets me up to New York, so I'll see you up there for that. Get and check out all the stuff. If you're interested in the BitAngels thing, go ahead and hit them up. And yeah, like, share, drop comments, and all that stuff. Have a day.
Peace.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. Going to the moon.